Welcome, everybody, to another Quickie podcast episode. This time, are you afraid of rocking the boat? And many times when we're contemplating a change in our relationship, whether it's a breakup or a divorce, or even just voicing something that's bothering you, sometimes it's hard. We stop ourselves. We don't want to rock the boat, so to speak. So we stuff down and compress, and these things end up blocking our systems in our body, making our bodies feel uncomfortable. And then we get this emotional foreboding sense deep within, and it bubbles up and it's letting us know you need to deal with this. But we don't listen to our bodies, right? We just want to override and ignore it, avoid, maybe it'll go away, but it doesn't go away. And the longer you avoid it, the more uncomfortable your body gets. And this is the beginning of how disease starts. It's dis-ease. And it solidifies into disease. So, when you just know that something's not right and you're stuffing it down because you don't want to upset things, which then makes you start to feel panic, stress, fear, and a number of other emotions that get you so tied up you can't even remember that you knew. What if avoiding what you know, avoiding the awareness, avoiding rocking the boat, actually makes the boat sink deeper, faster? Avoiding what you know is the beginning of what's called divorcing you. In actuality, acknowledging that something needs to change begins to calm the waters. It seems contrary to the way you would think, but acknowledging what you know, even if you imagine that it's going to disrupt your life or the other person's life, it actually creates a calmness. Because when you avoid what you know and you stick it in your body, you're not listening. And it does not end up well. Many of you, I'm sure, have experienced this. And it's like you keep going and going in that direction until you can't take it any longer, and then you turn around and face it. And it's really interesting that even if you're contemplating a breakup or a divorce, when you finally say it out loud, like, this isn't working, I think we should break up or move on, there can be such a relief in the acknowledging what's true. Instead of pushing and hiding and avoiding and forcing yourself to make things work, there's definitely a relaxation when you're following what's true for you and what you know. And what if we didn't have to go so far out of the way of our knowing? What if we could start listening sooner? What if we didn't need to create pain, suffering, and disease in our bodies? Now, this doesn't mean that you don't have hiccups, bumps in the road, disagreements. And it's not about, when the first thing triggers you and you just decide to call it all off. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about getting really present with you. Every single choice you make creates different possibilities in your future. And each time we choose to avoid that inner voice, that sense of what is true, it creates a heavier, more compacted, contracted future. But when we listen to that inner voice, first of all, it becomes stronger, so it's easier to listen to. It's not so much of a whisper the more you pay attention. And your whole life can expand and become lighter, brighter, happier in ways that you can't imagine. So what would it be like for you to just take a moment, close your eyes, ask yourself, where am I? Where am I in this relationship? Where am I desiring to go? Who would I like to be? What is true for me? And allow those questions to just float. Don't try to answer it. Don't try to come to conclusion. Be patient while those questions start to stir and open up more awareness for you. And you can ask them every morning, where am I? What would I like to choose? What would be fun for me today? And start following the things that show up that are light and fun for you. I hope this helps. What if none of us had to divorce ourselves to be in our relationships? Play with these questions, and please feel free to send comments and feedback. I'd love to hear from you.